Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be playing a brand new standard humans list with a lot of support, right? It's going to be a standard best of 3 list with average converted mana cost 2.6. It has 35 creatures, 1 non-creatures, and 24 lands. Now, the deck, it revolves around some new cards from the new Aftermath set, Sigarda Font of Blessings and Coppercoat Vanguard, along with some relatively new cards as well within March of the Machines here, Dejaru and Hazret, Knight Errant of Eos. So it's a humans slash legendary humans sub-theme kind of deck, right? So let's get right into it. This deck is very competitive and it's quite insane. I beat meta decks easily with this deck. We've 2-0'd Rakdos mid-range easily. And our hardest matchup has to be the ramp deck, right? The Pro Tour ramp deck. But even then, we haven't lost to it yet. We still 2-1'd both matchups, so I'm very happy with how this deck performs. We have a pretty hefty sideboard here as well. We have a game plan in mind, so let's get right into the list. Recruitment Officer, it's an ace 2/1 1 mana card that you can later on sink mana into using Catilda, or if you basically flood, it's a great mana sink to help refuel and find some cards. It's a great card for pressure, and it's a great card for late game when it comes to basically finding more playables or card advantage. Skrelv Defector Might, it's an insane card against Rakdos and the ramp deck and the 5-colored ramp deck, because it protects, right? It protects against a lot of things. We have just a ton of protection, a ton of ward, a ton of hexproof in the deck. It's so hard to deal with these humans. It's crazy. Coppercoat Vanguard gives other humans you control +1/+0 and has ward 1. So each other human you control is going to have +1 and a ward 1, so more protection, more pump. This card is insane support for the new humans, right? 1 copy of Destroy Evil, because we did our hardest thing to deal with is probably Shieldred, hardest of anything else. So to have 1 copy in the deck is good, and to have the extras in the sideboard is also very good. So I haven't found an issue with having 1 Destroy Evil in the list. We're playing 2 Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, even though you're supposed to play 4 Thalias. I'm playing 2 Thalias mainly because of my sideboard options. After game 1, usually we sideboard mostly non-creature spells, right? So having 4 of Thalias is kind of can get really clunky here if you're sideboarding a lot of non-creature spells, especially your 1-drops like Surge of Salvation, Strangle, and Lethomantic Barrage. You do want to cast those for 1 mana, especially if you have a Catilda on the battlefield and you have creatures to tap. Having Thalia as well on the battlefield can tax you, which ends up like kind of breaking your sideboard plans. That's why I have 2 Thalias. Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard for legendaries, obviously, Catilda and Malira. Catilda is one of those ace cards in this deck as well, can help us ramp into our big top ends, or just our 5-drops, or can help us just sink mana, put +1 counters on the team. It was a great card. Catilda is always a great card. Malira here as well. Protection. It's a 3/3 on turn 2, so very insane. Adeline obviously wins games. If you're on the play and you're dropping Adeline on curve, usually it's extremely hard to get out of. Helena and Elena obviously just puts a ton of pressure, more pressure. They're humans, legendary creatures. And then Sigarda Font of Blessing gives hexproof. We can look at the top of our library. You can cast human spells from the top of our library as well. So another card in the deck that provides card advantage for an aggro deck. So that's very good. This is kind of an aggro deck, right? I mean, yes, it's not very low curve, but it is aggressive, right? Our game plan is as shows, right? We just play creatures, hit our opponent, win. But the thing I like the most about this deck is the amount of protection that it has, and the amount of card advantage that it has, especially with Dejaru and Hazret and Knight Errant of Eos. We can convoke this, draw basically 2 creatures. We can play Dejiro and Hazoret. Usually we empty out our hand and play this, attack with this. We have protection for it because we've already established the board. This gets us a legendary creature that we can cast for free. So this card has been insane in the deck, right? And Knight Errant of Eos, obviously, you know, it's preferably played with a lot of like token makers. I do like it with Adeline. I do like it with the 1 and 2 drops. You know, it can provide a lot of card advantage. I also do like Adeline and the Coppercoat Vanguard. I do like Adeline and Catilda because Catilda can use the humans that Adeline make to ramp. And it's just, there's just a lot of synergy with this list. Within the mana base here, we have 1 Merrick, Secluded Courtyard, Plaza of Heroes, a bunch of dual lands here, bunch of pain lands as well, because we do want to hit everything on curve. We don't want to draw tap lands as much, maybe just the thicket here, and the rest are legendary lands. And within the sideboard, Surge of Salvation. Our sideboard is mainly made against the meta deck, which is Rakdos midrange. This is what you're going to be playing against the most. So Surge of Salvation is great against Invoke Despair and Chandra, and it's also good. It shuts down all their removal, shuts down all their Invoke Despairs and their Chandras, right? If they tap out for a Chandra and they hope to distribute damage among your creatures, you just cast a 1 mana Surge of Salvation, end the game basically, because they tapped out, they used their Chandra, they got nothing out of it. Now you're going to untap and win the game, right? Lethomantic Barrageers is mainly against blue and white creatures. This is the best card against mono blue, best card against Zori soldiers, and it's a very good card nonetheless, right? It can't be countered, deals 5 damage for 1 mana. We had to have it in the sideboard. Strangle here also for, you know, Graveyard Trespasser, for Harvester, just very good card nonetheless here. We have 3 copies of Surge of Salvation. We have 3 copies of Destroy Evil. Very important to remove that Shieldred. Very important to remove those heavy blockers. You might run into a deck that runs maybe what's that creature called? The Obliterator. If they have an Obliterator, you can't attack through it, obviously, or else you'll just lose the game. So you have to remove it. Destroy Evil has been great, especially against the ramp decks as well. It can remove Vitali, Atraxa, very good. Graveyard Hate, Unlicensed Hearse, and Loran of the Third Path can act as extra enchantment and artifact removal. You know, Bankbuster, Fable. We can cut an Adeline and just include it here to just have another legendary human that we can fetch off of Dejiro, so that we don't have repetitive cards that we can't play thanks to the legend rule. So yeah, with that being said, that's the list. Very straightforward. You'll see how smooth the games go. I mean, it's easy mode, I feel like, with this deck. It's been great fun to play, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So another Naya humans list. I think this for me has broken standard at the moment, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. If you do, make sure you like the video. Will help me out greatly for my time and effort. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you later with another video. Okay? Bye. Alright, we're on the play. Keepable hand, I guess. It's a little land heavy, but I still think we keep it. We have a good turn 2, a good turn 3. Our turn 3 is protected, so that's all we want at the moment. Another Rakdos deck. Yeah, seems like it. The rest is gonna whiff here, surely. Yeah, so this Rakdos deck is just taking over, huh? Alright, human. So, play Vanguard or play Hajar? Play Hajar. Hajar just dodges a lot of removal, right? Dodges cut down, dodges just well, not a lot now that I think of it. Yeah, Braid can take care of it. A lot of things can take care of it here, but I do like the prep. Okay. Alright. Sure. Alright, do you think they would trade? Do we want to even trade? No, we don't. Okay. Alright, we need to find a way to get rid of these lands, huh? Or at least play them. Sure. Fable's fine. See what they want to do here. No attacks, surely, from our opponent. Yeah. Alright, this is pretty good. Play human. Play Vanguard. Play Melira. Here, I don't mind attacking with all of my creatures here. Sure. Nice. They scoop it up. Nice. Alright, so we had a very, very successful game here. So here, Destroy Evils, Loran. Yeah, I guess Loran, right? Loran and Surge of Salvations. Or 2 Surges. We do have the Skrelv though. Take out Skrelv, give me Strangle, 2 Strangles. For Vanguard, Sigarda, Knight Errant of Eos, and sure, this can go. All right. So Surge is actually really good against their deck, right? Because even if they had a Chandra on the battlefield and they cast an Invoke Despair, both copies are not going to target anything, right? Because Chandra copies the Invoke Despair. So for a 1-mana card, we destroy one of their most relevant combos, basically, or 2-card game enders. Also, it protects us from their removal. So we open up with a Surge of Salvation, Destroy Evil, we have good lands, and Sigarda. Yeah, I guess we go for it. But they are running the rest here. I just don't know if they're going to keep it. Human, Officer, pass. Okay. Do we attack first? We attack first. Yeah, so that if they have a cut down, they just use it on the officer. Yeah, but they're not gonna play into that. Yep. So this pushes back their Fable. They take a whole entire turn to basically deal with Italia here, which is pretty good for us. Barrage, yeah, Barrage is a pretty decent card against us here as well. Plaza of Heroes. Just attack with the officer. Play another one. Just hold up our Destroy Evil and Surge of Salvation here. Pretty sure they're gonna run out a Shieldred here. Yep, and we're ready for it. And this feels like a clean sweep here. Feels like a clean sweep for me. Alright. We have white, yeah, we have Sigarda here as well. I'm happy with how this played out so far. We've got a land off the top next turn. Hopefully this Sigarda survives. Okay, might have an Invoke Despair here for us. There's just a cut, go for a throat. That's fine, I guess. But man, the land kind of sucks, huh? Alright, Liliana of the Veil. I mean, sure. Sure. Alright. It's another land. We have to kill the Liliana here, unfortunately.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we can't attack their face, but... Get a Catilda. Oh, and a Hajar. Nice. Alright. Run out the Hajar first, I think. Just attack for now. Run out Catilda here as well. Yeah, this does feel like a clean sweep. The only thing that would be pretty bad for us is, I guess, a Shieldred, or another Shieldred. 1, 2, okay. Yeah, so this feels like a Chandra. Nice, that's what we've been waiting for.
Stopping tyrants like you is kind of my thing.
Okay, minus that Chandra. Alright, Surge of Salvation. Yeah. This feels pretty game ending here, surely. Alright. Yeah.
No, this isn't.
Human. And I guess we just refuel with the recruitment officer. Man, talk about a meta deck, huh? Struggling. We're, I mean, to be fair, our deck is made to be to beat exactly that, exactly the meta deck here. Another Hajar, that's fine. And another recruitment officer. I guess what we can do here is just. And the Malira, sure. All right. Yep. Play Malira. Play Officer. And that's game. Nice. Clean sweep against the top deck in Standard at the moment. This Rakdos mid-range meta deck, right? The deck that basically won the Pro Tour. Clean sweep for us against this Pro Tour deck. It's a 2-0. I'm very, very happy with that. Our sideboard has been made to battle this exact deck, so it worked out. Man, we had answers for everything. Destroy Evil for the Shield Druid. The Recruitment Officer has been the best card so far, having us refuel over and over, along with Catilda providing a ton of mana for us to sink into the Recruitment Officer to keep refueling, right? And then obviously our protective creatures here that they couldn't do anything, and then the cherry on top was Surge of Salvation, right? Which is our protective spell against Chandra and Invoke Despair. GG's. Alright, so opponent is on the play. No lands. This is good though. So I'm gonna keep this. Okay, blue. I'm happy to have a turn 1 play since I'm on the draw. This does feel like a Fading Hope. Okay, so we're playing against mono blue, right? Alright, should be interesting. We do have the best card at the moment against them, which is the Lithomantic Barrage here. Okay, make disappear, of course. Alright. So here, play Officer, and then play Catilda. They do have a counterspell for the Catilda, it seems like. Yep. Okay. Maybe another Fading Hope. Yeah, they had the God Hand, huh? Yeah. They had the best opening hand that they can have against the creature deck. And then a Haughty Djinn. Okay. Well, this is fine still. You know, we can battle it out. I mean, if they attack with the Haughty Djinn, hopefully they don't. Yeah, it's a Tolarian Terror. Yeah, they're going all out here. That's fine. Okay. At least this is not getting countered. So that's pretty good. So we attack here. We attack with all here, I think. And then Ahalana and Elena. Yeah. Sure. If they want to block, yeah, they'll definitely want to trade with that. And then we play the Ahalana and Elena here. Can we erase this Haughty Djinn? Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it does feel like a race to me. We might even be able to get this. They ran out of they ran out of out of fuel here, so that's pretty good for us. So Barrage and Destroy Evils here, right? Yeah. Just all of them, huh? Okay, Skrelv is pretty good here, which is, I'm going to keep the Skrelv. Sigarda is also pretty good here. Adeline, I mean, I'm not sure. Vanguard. Thalia has to be insane here. Knight Errant of Eos. You don't need a lot of protective creatures. I think I'm happy with this. So Barrage is the best card against mono blue. I wish I had 4 of them in the sideboard, or I had room for 4 of in the sideboard. It's also the best card against any blue matchup here. So how do we feel with this hand? I mean, this is great, huh? Alright, we call human, play an officer. You have a consider. Okay. Play Malira here. Yeah. It's most likely going to get countered, but that's fine. I'd rather get the Malira countered than the Catilda, to be honest. Even though it's very likely that they both get countered here. But we still try to deal that damage here. And naturally just run out this Catilda, no problem. Which is going to get countered. Change the equation. Okay, no land drop from our opponent. I'm going to keep the attack here. Pass. Alright, Thirst is going to help them find their island, but hopefully they discard 2 spells for that to keep the island. What a decent sideboard counterspell, huh? Yep. Fading Hope, Impulse. We're gonna activate. Probably go for the Adeline, huh? It's higher power. I mean, even though this gives ward, do we actually need the ward? I don't think so. Play Adeline here. See if they have a counterspell for it. Essence Capture. Sure. Alright. Is this going to get countered as well? Probably. To consider. Okay. So they're just looking for a creature at the moment, huh? Nice, and they pass again. Human. Alright, yeah, we pass here. Surely. Have them cast a creature. It's a Haughty Djinn. And then we destroy evil this Haughty Djinn. I think we're gonna 2-0 this easily. And then activate to try to get more value. We whiff. It's fine. Knight Errant of Eos. Do we take a turn to convoke? Alright, let's see what they got. This helps us. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to deal damage this turn, but this helps us refuel. And refueling is important against the blue deck, right? So that we can keep up with their card advantage. Because blue has counter spells and draw spells. But that's pretty much it. And like creatures like Haughty Djinn. But you know what I mean. It seems like a make disappear. Because I'm pretty sure they would have easily went for a counterspell on this Knight Errant of Eos. So it feels like a make disappear, and it feels like a rope, to be honest. Yeah, I think they've had enough here. And we still have a pretty good follow-up with Dejiro and Hazret here, so I think we've got this in the bag. Yeah, this does feel like a rope. So if that's the case, then GG's, right? They just can't deal with the constant pressure and card advantage that this deck has. Honestly, for a creature deck, this has a lot of card advantage. Dejiro and Hazret, Knight Errant of Eos, just a lot of good options in this list, and Sigarda as well. Yeah, Sigarda can act as card advantage, of course, because we can cast stuff from the top of our deck. We didn't even need the Lethomantic Barrage here. Yeah, the deck is just well-rounded. It's ready to take on pretty much anything here. So yeah, this does feel like a rope. Pretty happy with that. Clean 2-0 against a mono blue list. Yeah, it's just a lot of pressure for them. Even though they've had the God draw in game 1, they still lost. We've had a pretty good draw and sideboard options. Alright, we take... sure. Okay. Run them out. Pass. Does feel like the rope here. Yeah, opponent has had enough. They just can't seem to find, you know, the exact card that they need. Even though they run cards like Essence Capture, change the equation, but this only targets green or red spells, so they probably had another one in hand. And this isn't 2 mana or less, so GG's. But you can tell we can always refuel. Doesn't matter how many creatures they have, we have a Destroy Evil. Yeah, GG's. Okay, we're on the play. Keepable hand. Lead with an officer, then maybe a turn to Hajar or Melira. I still haven't figured out what is the best option on turn 2. Hajar or Melira. Usually Melira for playing a non-legendary creature, I think. But Hajar if we are trying to protect a legendary creature. Yeah. Okay. Opponent is on a tapped land here. This is a nice draw. Alright, so we attack here. Play Courtyard, name Human, play Melira, and just pass. Ooh, another tap land. So might be some sort of 5-colored list. But here we turn up the aggression since we drew Adeline. Plaza of Heroes, Adeline. It's just a lot of pressure, huh? And then we have these protective creatures to protect against board wipes, even though their board wipes might be exile based, right? And then a Stomper, yeah, it does seem like that that 5-colored ramp list, right? Stomper can't block this turn. Okay. How much damage do we have? 2, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we have it. No? 5, 6, 7, 10, 12. Yeah, we have 12 exactly. Nice. Alright. Pretty easy game 1 here. I mean, it's just unforgiving, huh? Okay, so the ramp deck. I definitely played that. It's a very strong deck. I don't know how to sideboard against it, to be honest. We don't have a very optimal sideboard against it. What is it running? So it's running Sunfall, Topiary Stomper, it's running Invasion of Zendikar, and then the top end, which is going to be extremely hard to deal with. So top end wise, oh, they're also running Archangel of Wrath, I think. Okay, so here actually we do need this. Cut to Melira and the Hajar for it here, I think. We do need the Vanguard because their removal is mostly exile based. So, you know, Malira and Hajar are not going to be that good against that. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm running Destroy Evil for their top end, basically. Right? In case they manage to actually ramp into their top end. They are gonna be on the play here, so that's going to be rather difficult, but they need to open with a very good hand, right? Like a turn 3 Stomper and turn 4 Invasion of Zendikar. That's how their deck is supposed to work. I'm pretty sure the Pro Tour version of that deck has ossification. The version I played had ossification as well. So that's why I decided to keep the Vanguards instead of like Maliras and Hajars. Because Vanguard gives ward, right? And it also pumps the team a little bit. And it's also pretty good with Adeline, right? With the humans that Adeline make. No green. Well, we can have the green with the Malira, yeah. Actually, I take that back. Oh, with the courtyard is what I meant to say. This is a keep. This is a keep. Maybe we do need to have 4 Destroy Evils in the main. Because they are running Stompers and stuff like that. Alright, so turn 1 Officer. We did draw Dejuro and Hazoret, so that should be good. Let's see. Ooh, do they have domain already? Think so. Think that's a turn 2 Leyline Binding, huh? Let's test out that theory. Alright, name human, play Malira. Now they can Leyline Binding this Malira here. Yep. Sure. We can always get the Malira back, right? Yeah. And then Stomper. Yeah, they opened up with an insane hand, obviously. Which is exactly what they needed. Their named aggro deck for a slow mid-range deck. That's quite funny. Alright. Officer, Hajar, and we pass. Now they can mobilize the Topiary Stomper if they have an Invasion of Zendikar. And if they have a land in hand. So we have to be mindful of that. I think here if they have a land in hand, we have to block. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the block here. Alright. One, two, 3. Or 1 off for a Destroy Evil here as well. Yikes. But nonetheless. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Knight Errant of Eos thing. Sure, get both of these. Then pass. Maybe even save the Destroy Evil for their Atroxa. Or yeah, maybe we shouldn't actually use it on the Stomper. Maybe just save it for Atroxa or Itali. It's going to be relatively hard dealing with Atroxa. Because once she resolves, she can get like Leyline Bindings, Ossifications, Board Wipes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Knight Errant of Eos did its thing. We can trade. Sure. They just pass. Wow, really? Yikes. Alright. Vanguard. And there is no point in playing Thalia, to be honest. It does seem like they have a board wipe in hand. So maybe key. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the Thalia. What we can do is maybe destroy evil to reapply pressure after a board wipe. Yep. Yeah, we should have. Oh, actually, we should have sacrificed the Hajar there. Yikes. Alright, that's pretty bad. We should have sacrificed the Hajar. Okay, Adeline. Thalia. Let's see what they have. Okay. So they've had a pretty good hand so far. I know exactly what they're playing. I just don't know how to survive a Sunfall, to be honest. No amount of protection that we have is going to help us against exile-based removal. So we just need to beat them with speed. That's what we're... And speed is not... Yeah, they're playing Barrage as well. Yikes. Oh... Can't let them have this invasion of Zendikar. It can trade with the Dejaron Hazret. They might have more removal here as well. Like another Leyline Binding maybe. Yeah. Does seem like they have something. But wow, they let us attack actually. Here, I'm just gonna get another Adeline. Okay. So we have pretty decent blockers for this incubator token. They're down to 4. So literally all we need is another Dejaron Hazret if they find removal for this one. See what they have. And we've been patient with this Destroy Evil, that's for sure. I don't think it's worth it to actually get the Melira back. I mean, no, it's not like she has haste or something. Okay. Vanquish the Horde. Yeah. Yep. You got nothing. Stomper. Sure. We might call it a day. Skrelv. And all of that, and we still haven't seen their top end. So that's... Yeah, we're gonna be forced to use this here, surely. Okay. Alright, and the Leyline Binding on the Skrelv. Two Besiegers in hand? No, it's just the Leyline Binding. Wow. So they're just like using up their resources like that. That's kind of crazy, huh? They don't want me to deal damage, seems like. And I spent a lot of mana here. Yikes, can't even cast this. That's fine. Hopefully we can double spell next turn. Alana and Elena into... Ooh, but that's nice. If they don't have an answer for this, that's game. And that's game! Sigarda? Nice! Wow. That's crazy. What a top deck. Man, running out this Leyline Binding, what are you doing? Against the Skrelv? Like, you're on 4 life, bro. Just take some damage, man. Take some damage. Don't run out your resources just because I cast or I used up a Plaza of Heroes on my Skrelv. You're insane for that. They could have actually saved themselves, but they get punished for a terrible play. GG's. Alright, opponent is on the play. Yikes. Let's try this. We have a Skrelv 1/1. I mean, we have pretty good mana here. If we draw anything, yeah, that's a Maliron too. That's pretty good. This draw actually fixes our curve pretty well, and we have lands for anything that we might draw, right? Like a turn 4, turn 5, or a 4-drop. 5-drop is what I meant to say. Okay. Let's attack with the Skrelv, huh? Should we? Yeah, this feels like a counterspell, if anything. Play Courtyard instead of Brushland so that we don't take a lot of damage. And it resolves. Okay. So what is this? What are we playing against? Nothing on turn 2 for our opponent at all. That's kind of punishing, huh? I mean, that's kind of bad. Leyline Binding. Okay. Nice. On the Skrelv. Ooh. Interesting. So, we play Catilda. 1-2, 1-2. Yeah, we won't be able to play Adeline, so yeah, let's just play the Adeline. Just turn up the pressure, huh? This might be another one of those ramp decks. Or maybe it's like that 5-colored domain control deck. They're very popular in best of 3. You rarely see them in best of 1, I think. Because they just get outrun easily by aggro. They just won't survive any aggro matchups. Okay. Maybe I should have played the Catilda there first, but I do want them to interact. Just in case they have a counterspell, I want them to cast it. But man, I mean, yeah, we still could have paid for a counterspell. Alright. Human, play Catilda. Oh, yikes. I shouldn't have overinvested like that. Oh. I hope they have like a Vanquish the Horde instead of the Sunfall. Sunfall would have us concede here, surely. Yeah, let's just hope it's destruction-based board wipes, not exile. Yeah, five mana. Nice. I guess they didn't have it. Yep. Okay. Alright. So Loran instead of 1 Adeline, and then give me the Destroy Evils. 1 -1 Hajara, -1 Malira. And yeah, 1 Knight Errant of Eos, because it's pretty bad to have a lot of non-legendary creatures with Daejuro and Hazret. So since we cut 2 legendary creatures, I am going to cut a non-legendary creature here as well. Okay, this is not enough pressure, but I mean, this is still pretty decent. Decent protection at least. At least for those decisive first couple of turns. Nice. Okay, that's a draw. Play Skrelv. Tap land pass. Human. Play Malira here. And pass. Okay. And the Stomper. Yeah. They're doing their things so far. We have 2 Destroy Evils in hand. Just need an extra land here for the Sigarda. And we'll be golden. Okay. Land, please. I'll play this Copper Coat Vanguard. Just attack with the Malira. Now, if they have Invasion of Zendikar, this will be pretty terrible. They do. Yeah. Okay. So that means we have to block the Stomper, or else they'll have 2 4/4s. Okay. Man, it's such a good 2-card thing here, or synergy. Stomper with Invasion of Zendikar. We have to block. Yeah, we have to block. Sure. And I'll be happy to lose that as well. Nice. Now, Destroy Evil it is. Just to remove that, get it out of the way. Okay, they cycle. Could have played Sigarda there, but it really forces us to block another Stomper. That's all it does. Is to force us to block another Stomper here. They have an ossification here. See what it targets. Skrelv. Sure. Skrelv can't target itself, right? Choose another target creature. Alright, this land is a lifesaver. Has to be Hajar here, I think. Just in case they have a destruction-based board wipe. And an Atali. Yep. Nice. So they get a Destroy Evil and another Atali. Okay. Yikes. They target the Dejaru here, but I'm not worried. Oh no. Oh no. Yikes. I should have used Malira, huh? Yep. So it's an Archangel of Wrath and a Vanguard. Yeah, this is going to be extremely difficult. Going to gain some life. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. and then a Vanguard as well. So they have a lot of creatures here. Yeah, I just think we lost this game, to be honest. Alright, just buff it up. Attack. Let's see how they block. Okay. Alright. Now they're in top deck mode. It's a light lamp binding, that sucks. Oh, on the Helena and Elena, okay. Sure. If they attack with the Awakened Skyclave, I think we block and sacrifice the Malira. But they don't, sure. Alright. Okay. It's an out of line. Okay, nice. Let's see it. Hopefully it's a land. Hopefully. Doesn't seem like it. But if it's anything else, they would have snapped it, right? It's an Archangel of Wrath. Okay. And this Archangel of Wrath is really prolonging this game. Okay, at the very least now we can block them. Cast this officer. Ooh, off the top, huh? Off the top. Nice. Alright, 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 alright. And another Helena and Elena. Okay. And a Malira off the top. That's kind of crazy. Do we have enough mana to activate this Plaza of Heroes? I don't think so. We do. So what did they block here? The 1/1? Sure. Play this. You don't need another Helena and Elena here. You have a Malira coming. Man, this deck can grind. Oh, they drew a board wipe? How convenient. How convenient. So Sunfall. That sucks. Okay, so this won them the game, huh? Alright. Let's move on to game 2. There's no way we can come back from that. We had a one turn window or 2 maximum. You can't come back from that. Okay, so Adeline, Loran, we We got nothing else, huh? Just need to turn up the pressure a little bit here. I still think we just need Adeline here, just so we can hit it on curve, hopefully. Yeah, this has been rather difficult. Good game too, I mean, it's pretty good. The deck can grind. At least we know that, right? It has a lot of value, but man, we need to have a very speedy opening. Play first, Skrelv into Adeline, yeah, sure. Okay, this is pretty good. Play Skrelv, Vanguard turn 2, that shuts down any leyline bindings on Adeline. So Plaza of Heroes, attack with the Skrelv. Yeah, we just need to turn up the pressure here. Bankbuster, that's fine. Adeline. Alright, we have 2 Vanguards in hand, so this should be pretty interesting with Adeline. This should be a ton of damage here. Ooh, a tap land hurts. A tapped land hurts from our opponent here. Alright. Human. Another Vanguard. This is so good with Adeline. It's insane. Alright, attack all except for the Skrelv here. We need to hold it back. Yeah, that's just a ton of damage here. This is exactly what we needed to beat a deck like theirs. Yeah, and that's game. Wow. That's a turn 4 kill. 2 Vanguards and an Adeline. That's exactly why I put back the Adeline. I wanted to either open with it or draw it and play it on curve. And Adeline wins the game if you're on the play. And it goes unanswered. It has Ward 2 now and a protection from Skrelv. There's no way they can answer this board. No way they can have even enough time to ramp into a board wipe. By then, they'll be just dead. And we have great answers for any 4/4 blockers like the Reckoner Bankbuster if they had a Stomper. So, man, perfect. It went perfect. Nice. GG's.